Hi fams, you're welcome back to my channel, and if you're a new subscriber, you're welcome to this channel where you'll be learning everything about sewing, most especially as a beginner. Okay, so please ensure you watch this video to the very end because I have a package for you. Okay, so for the measurements, the body measurements, in this case I want you to be able to measure yourself very accurately. You don't need to call someone to measure you. At any time you want to make your dress, either you have added or you have reduced, you should be able to measure yourself and make your clothes at any convenient time. That's for the purpose of this video, and it's majorly for beginners. To talk about measurements, you'll be needing your tape rule, which is up to 60 inches by inch, and on the other side of it is centimeter, but in this case we'll be using the inches. Now, you will be needing also your book for recording the measurements that you are going to take, and definitely you'll be needing your pen that you'll be using to do the recording. So talking about measurements, we have measurement that cut across your vertical on your body, vertical, and then you have the one on the horizontal as well, as you can see. All right, so now we want to begin with the vertical measurements that you'll be needing, because all of these will contribute to having accurate. If you want to make your clothes or your dress accurately, you need all of these measurements. It's either when you're shaping or when you're cutting. Take note of the measurements one after the other. For example, like I said, we are going to start with the vertical measurements, but the first thing we measure here is your shoulder to shoulder measurement. Let's take that out first. Your shoulder to shoulder measurement is going to be on your shoulder. So you turn your back and place the tip of the tape rule from the 1 inch, the edge of the inch, to the other side of your shoulder. How do you get to know where on your shoulder? You post it on where you have your bone, where your bone is on your shoulder, at the edge of your shoulder, to the other bone of your shoulder, just like so, as you can see. And then release the place, your hand where the thing ends, to check what you have measured that is on your shoulder. Okay, so that is your shoulder to shoulder measurement. And now we want to go through the vertical measurements. When you're measuring vertically, make sure you place your tape close to your neck, not at your neck, on your shoulder, but close to your neck, to get an accurate measurement. And then you bring it straight down. Let's assume you want to measure a short gown. It depends on individual choice, and it also depends on what you're making. If you're making a short gown, you measure to any length you want. For example, where the hand is touching now, that is what we call like a mini gown. And then if you want it longer than that, you can go further a little and check it. If you want it a little longer than that, just keep taking note of them. Even if it is a long gown that you want, take note of where your tape rule is. When you are measuring your long gown, make sure your tape relax on the floor level for you to get a very nice measurement of your long gown, just the way you can see. And try to check, possibly measuring yourself from the mirror, to see where your tape is falling on the floor and where the inch, or what the inch is on the floor is. That's your long gown measurement. But for other ones that are not long, you can just stop at any point, probably 3/4, short, or mini. That's that for measuring of the length for long gown. And then we want to look at some other measurements from the vertical. You might decide to measure your skirt as well. Just for the skirt, you place the tape where you want. It might be trousers, it might be skirts. You place the tape on the place where you put your trouser or your skirt, and then straighten your body and measure it to wherever you want it to get to. If it is palazzo that you are sewing as a trousers, you want to make sure it gets to the floor level, and if you don't want it that long, you use your discretion to choose your choice and make the measurement. If it is for the skirt too, do it to any length you want, just the way you're seeing. Want to see other vertical measurements that we'll be needing? Take the tape back to your shoulder, and then you see on this, make sure the tape always cut across your bust. Let it follow your bust, pass through your bust. That is your breast, as you can see in the video. So you come straight down and locate the middle of your breast. That's what we call bust point. The middle of your breast, as you can see, that's your bust point. From your shoulder to the middle of your breast is your bust point. And if you come a little lower than that, under your bust, where your breast ends or where your bra ends, that is your shoulder to under bust measurement. Your shoulder to under bust length. Then we want to look at the half length. The half length is from your shoulder. Just secure the tape on your shoulder and locate it to where your navel is. That's your half length measurement, to where your navel is, as you can see in the video. Good, that's your half length measurement. Now we want to look at your shoulder to hip measurement. From your shoulder, you measure straight down to where your hip is. How do you get to locate that? Try check the fullest part of your butt. The fullest part of your butt, where it is, locate it to the front where you have your tape, and that is from your shoulder to your hip measurement. Check what the measurement is and put it down. Your knee measurement, that's your waist to knee. Your waist to knee measurement, or some call it the knee length. So just place the tape where you have or where you usually put your trousers or your skirt. Place the tape there, just like so, and then measure it to where your knee is. You might make sure you don't bend while you're measuring. Most especially when you're doing the vertical measurements, you don't bend at any point in time. So use your hand to secure it and try check gently. You might see it in the mirror or wherever. Okay, so that's that about the vertical. Let's quickly check the horizontal measurements that we have now. Okay, on the horizontal, you'll be measuring the size of your body, how wide your body is. The first one we'll be looking at here is your bust measurement. That's your circumference on your breast. Your breasts, the fullest part of your breast. We want to look at the circumference there. That is the bust circumference. But as you're measuring through your horizontal, you want to make sure that it is not too free, it is not too tight, and make sure that it rhymes at the front and back. The exact line where you have it on your bust, the fullest part of your bust, make sure it is also done at the same point at the back. If not, you'll not be getting the accurate measurement. So ensure that is balanced. Okay, now we want to look at another horizontal measurement, and the next one is your under bust circumference. Your under bust circumference, ensure it is not too tight and it is not too loose. Place one of your index finger inside to make sure it moves very easily and not over easily, like I said, so that you can get a fitted wear. Alright, try to make sure it is balanced at the back the way it is at the front too. because if it's not balanced, then your measurements will not be accurate, just like so, as you can see in the video. All right, the next one we want to look at is your hip measurement. Remember, anytime you are measuring your hip, you are checking the fullest part of your butt. Now you want to make sure that it's not too tight, it's not too free, so you can try to move the tape up and down to note that it is not tight, it is not too free. All right, just like so. Now I want to look at the thigh measurement. In case you're measuring for trousers, thigh measurement, your thigh is the fullest part of your lap. So try to measure it, let it be free but not too free, just the way you want it to be, like so, and write down your measurement. Thigh, THIGH, that's your thigh measurement. Now you want to measure your knee, your round knee. So let it be free. Try to fold your knee as you put the tape so that by the time you bend, it will not tear. Try to fold your knee. You fold it, you bend it a little as if you want to pick something on the floor, and see if it is not choking you, then you know you are good to go. If it is choking, then you have to free it a little more. Okay, so that is it. And then the ankle down there, the last part, if you are measuring your fitted trousers, make sure it is free to come out from your leg, because if not, you will not be able to wear it. If it's tight, you will not be able to pull your leg. So make sure it's able to come down out of your leg. You free your tape rule to the extent that it will be coming, your trouser can come out of your leg easily. As you can see, it's showing exactly that. So you need to ensure all of these measurements to get an accurate one. The last one we would like to measure here is your waist measurement. Your waist measurements. How do you get to know your waist, where your waist is, or where you are going to measure your waist? Check the tiniest part of your stomach. The tiniest part of your stomach. Are you seeing it? Okay, so you measure the circumference. Let it not be too tight, let it not be too free. Okay, all right, now let's look at the sleeve. You want to put sleeve. If it's not a sleeveless dress you're making, put your tape on your shoulder, just where you have your measurement of the back the other time when you're measuring your shoulder to shoulder from the back. Put your tape there where your arm is starting from. Straighten your hand. When you straighten your hand, check it, what the measurement is. But sometimes it is preferable to fold your hand a little in case you want to fold your hand, because by the time you fold your hand, you measure it straight. Now you want to fold your hand, it will shorten the length of the sleeve. Now you want to also look at the round sleeve. You want to know how wide you want it to be. So just follow the same step of measuring the round body that we used the other time. So you don't make it too slim, you don't make it too wide. You measure at any bus stop or at the junction you want your sleeve to get to. I might decide to measure the fullest part, measure the half hand, and also measure the wrist. But you make sure that it's coming out of your hand. If not, it will be too tight. You will not be able to wear it good. So that is it. Thank you, guys. So for those of us that does not have machine, don't panic. I recommend this mini sewing machine for you for a start. It can help you to sew your simple dresses, wears for a start at least, before you get a very advanced one when you have your money. So I'll be leaving a link down below where you can get it on Jumia from a very verified vendor.